Hey everyone, this is David Brown with the migration update for May 28th, 2024 from the Braddock Bay Hawk Watch. I started out the day at the Braddock Bay West Spit, and I got there around 5:30 a.m., which was probably an hour or so before I really needed to get there. It was kind of a rainy, drizzly, dark morning, so it was till 6:30 or later before you could really see much. But it was an alright morning of birding, not a ton of activity, but there were birds to look at. I had 42 species from the West Spit, including a wild turkey that was walking ahead of me on the path on my way out. There was a semi-palmated plover, and there was also a group of around 35 semi-palmated sandpipers, so the largest group of those that I've seen so far this year. And also, as I scanned out over the lake, there were at least 5 common loons. Next, I headed over to Braddock Bay Park to do the Hawk Watch. The weather today was mostly cloudy with some periods of sunshine, and there were scattered rain showers throughout. We had a few sprinkles, but nothing too much. Overall, the winds were strong out of the west to begin with, and then shifting more northwest in the afternoon. Here's a sparrow perched up in the cattails down in the marsh, and we see some rufous highlights to the cap and to the back. This is a swamp sparrow. Here's a close look at a barn swallow that was perched up on the railing. You can see overall they're blue on top with a red forehead and throat. Kind of a pale underside to the body. You can see very long wingtips, and the tail sticks out even beyond those. Here we have an eastern kingbird, which is a kind of flycatcher. Notice that it's mostly dark on top and light beneath with a black bill. Here's a fresh juvenile bald eagle. Notice the dark head and underside to the body. A lot of white underneath, especially here in the wing pit area. This one's got a very nice white tail to most of it with a dark tip. And we see a completely even trailing edge to the wings with no signs of wear, no signs of molt. So this is probably a bird that was born to the south of us over the winter. This bird has a two-toned appearance underneath with a dark body and wing coverts, and then the actual flight feathers themselves and the tail are more silver, and we see a very small head. This is a turkey vulture. The highlight of the day was a group of 7 sandhill cranes, which is a pretty big group for this time of year. Here's an immature bald eagle. Again, notice the large head and bill that bald eagles have, and overall they're dark with a lot of splotchy white underneath. And you see a lot of white on the underside of the body in this one, and an uneven trailing edge to the wing. Looks like it's actively molting some feathers. Here's a big, bulky buteo. We can see a little bit of a dark belly band and dark patagial bars, making this a red-tailed hawk. And you can sort of see the dark trailing edge to the wings and the red tail, making this an adult. And here's a large, lanky, black and white raptor with a black stripe through the eye. This is an osprey. From the Hawk Watch, I had 40 species today. In total, today I had 58 species. Taking a look at the hawk count report for our migrant raptor totals, today we had 8 turkey vultures, 10 bald eagles, and 1 northern harrier, for a total of 19 migrating raptors. That brings our May total to 16,105 and the season total to 68,708. Taking a look at the forecast for tomorrow, it's looking like considerable clouds early with a decrease in clouds later on, and a shower or thunderstorm is possible, high in the mid-60s, and northerly winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. So that's an unfavorable wind direction, but it's fairly light, and being so late in the season, I would just expect light migration. For Thursday, it's looking mainly sunny with a high in the mid-60s and north-northwest winds, a little bit stronger at 10 to 15 miles per hour, but again, would only expect light migration. And Friday, for the last day of the count, it's looking sunny with a high in the low 70s and west-northwest winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour. So that's a decent wind and an okay speed. So looking like we might get a little bit of action for the last day on Friday. All right, it was a slower day of birding today as we come to the end of the migration and the end of the Hawk Watch. There were some visitors stopping by to say goodbye, so I had some nice chats with people and a couple of the regulars stopping by to hang out as well. There's only 3 more days of the count. Friday is the last day, so hope to see you out in the field or up on the platform. From Lyco Birds, this is David Brown. Thanks for watching.